Hello, this is Pablo Pasos from Cabo Labs Health Informatics. And this is a small video. I want to show you something. Basically, we are under attack. Some hackers are trying to enter our cloud server. So I will show you how I detected the attack and what I'm doing about it. So I will share my screen and tell you exactly step by step how I detected this attack. I think they are still attacking our cloud EHRServer. It is funny because I didn't know that this server was important for someone, but I think if there is a server online, someone will attack it sometime. So what they are doing is they are trying to log in. They are trying to make a brute force attack to log in from the user interface, trying to gain access to the administrator console. And what they are doing is they are sending requests to the login from different servers. I detected each server and from which countries they are sending the attacks. So I will show you that in a minute. Some of those requests might be real requests. I'm not saying that everything has to do with this attack, but there is a time pattern there. So I will show you what I mean. Just let me share my screen. This one. So here you can see my browser. This is the originator of the attack. Is the main cause of the attack is because I published on GitHub. This is a public repository, a script that is for test loading on our EHRServer. So what I did is I published the one key. This is a test API key for testing purposes. Just for that, it allows only to send some clinical documents to a fake EHR. So we have EHRs for testing. And someone found that this API key was published and is trying to use it against the API, and also trying to access to gain access to the web console through the normal login using the URL of the server, the cloud EHRServer. So this is the originator. This is the source of the attack. In the future, what I will do, instead of publishing this and tempting someone to use it, again, this is just for testing purposes, doesn't affect any real users or real EHRs. But what I will do is I will just set these test API keys to environment variables and use environment variables here. I use that on every production tool. This is a test tool, just that, but just in case. Yeah. So this will be preventing someone to try to be smart and gain access. But as I said, this is something very small, very constrained, and to do one specific thing. And this is not a threat. Also, this API key is right now invalidated, so they can't use it even for running these tests. So what I have here are the logs in the EHRServer. I'm logged in as an administrator right now. And if you see, this is me. This is my IP. And I detected when someone tries to log in, it shows something like this in the action. It shows the action login, login, login. Yeah. And here I have the IP addresses. If you check the time, this is 10 p.m. And a quarter. This is 1 minute before that. This is 7 minutes before that. Yeah. This is 12 minutes before that. and this is 40 something before that, and this is 8 minutes before that, the second. So there's a pattern. Almost every 6, 7, 8 minutes, there's someone trying to log in. If you check, this is 9, this is 4 minutes before 9 p.m. This is like 53 minutes before that. This is at the same, almost at the same time as this one, from the same IP, the two of those attempts. This is 6 minutes before that, and it's from another IP. So you can detect that every 6 minutes, 7 minutes, there is a login attempt. Yeah, and every request comes from a different IP. Yeah, this is the same as this one, but almost every request comes from a different IP. So they are trying to execute the attack, trying to change the time patterns, and obviously from different IPs. But this is, if you check this, if you do some audit, what I'm doing right now is like a forensic analysis of the logs. You can see that there is a pattern on the times, and also there's a pattern on the countries. If we check the countries here, let me grab one of those. We can use any IP to country service online. This comes from France. And you will see that some IPs are from France. Some other IPs are from India. Some IPs are from Mexico. And there is a pattern. France, India, Mexico, another IP. This is Mexico again. It's the same one as this one. So France, Mexico, India, Indonesia. There's a pattern there. France again, and this is not the same as this one, as the first one. It's a different IP. So France, we have some login attempts from France, from different IPs. Brazil, it's another country. So France, Brazil, Indonesia, India, Mexico. See, Mexico again. This is the same IP. The next one. Canada, we have some requests from Canada also. So there is a pattern also on the locations. United States, one from the United States. Some of those might be real attempts from real users, not hackers, but there is a pattern on the hacking. France again. There's something going on in France. I will check other countries. France again. And these both are different IPs, and there are 5 minutes away one log from the other log and are from the same country. It's difficult that we have 2 attempts from the same country from different IPs because we don't have clients on France. So that is really weird. From the Netherlands, that's a new one. We don't have any previous logs from the Netherlands. Let me see a couple of those more. Another from the Netherlands. This is on the same network. You can see this might be a real user trying to access from the same network. This is 243, 244, the same IP there, or might be part of the attack. I don't know. I need to do more investigations here. United States. Some requests from the United States might be from Google trying to index websites, because this is a public domain, a public IP, so they might want to try to index, and they might fall under the login page. We have another attempt here from Brazil. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. And with this, and with some logs from the server, France again, this is very strange. I can check, and this also gives me some kind of location. So based on the IP, I can know a very close location to that point, to the point of the attack. So they might be using, of course, external servers for these, maybe Amazon servers, small Amazon servers, trying to access the website, try to attack the website, or they might have infected machines with malware and sending attacks from a botnet. A botnet is a network of end user machines that are infected by a virus or a malware that is using the machine for things that the owner of the machine doesn't know. So we might get some of those from here. So maybe these IPs are IPs from real people that doesn't know that someone else is using their machines to attack websites and applications online. So this is very common. Two things that might be useful for mitigate these attacks. They didn't gain any access to the console, so we are good on that part. One thing that we can do is we can try to we can add a captcha to the login screen. So if they try to brute force that, the captcha might catch the fake requests. One thing that we might do is try to check for patterns. But hackers know about that, and they can hide their patterns using different time patterns and different IPs like they are using right now. If I detect, I don't know, 10 requests from the same IP, that's an easy rule, a very easy rule. But no real hacker will use the same IP twice in a short period of time. So what we are facing here is we need to try to block these random accesses and are really random. I think an advanced software can detect those patterns, or a human, like in my case. But I'm auditing the server every day. So I detect these attacks daily, but today was really easy to detect because I detected patterns on the logs that were not usual. So that is very easy to detect for me. And it's very difficult to block IPs because these IPs are also random. They can be virtual servers that come up and they are just shut down, and they get new servers with new IPs. They can be part of a botnet, and they can change the botnet and use different IPs for each attack. So that is very difficult to do. Like I can block a whole country. I can block Russia and India, but I have clients in India. So I can't block the whole country, really. And so what we can do is try to add a captcha to the login. That's one thing to mitigate fake tries to access from the user interface, the login from the user interface, and frequent audits to the logs and get more info on the logs. The logs are very useful to detect these attacks, and we need human intervention to detect these attacks. So in any real system that manages, like in this case, clinical information, I would say daily, and maybe more than once a day, we need to take a look at the logs and check if anything strange is happening, and try to check if someone is causing problems, try to check the cause of the problems, and try to mitigate as soon as possible. Yeah, what I did is I deleted that key that they were using on the API. They tried to use that on the API also, besides these tries that they are doing to log in from the user interface. And this is from like now. This is the latest one. So they're I think they're still trying to access the server. So Ukraine, we don't have any clients on Ukraine. We are getting this. This is almost for sure an attack. So yeah, we are. I think we are still having those. This is 31, 30, 21, 34. Yeah, we are. I think we are still receiving attacks from Iraq. We don't have clients on Iraq. No one in Iraq is using this system. So this is very strange. And the nice thing is that we have enough information to get to the source. And if at some moment we need to block a whole country, we will do it. If we don't have anything to do with Iraq or Russia, let's say, we can block the whole country. We can take the IP logs from that country and block the traffic from that country. That's a halfway mitigation for these problems. But what we need to know is that they are doing this, and we need to know if they, at some point, if they gain access. That is the most important thing, is to try to mitigate these attacks and to be as secure as possible and know for sure if they can break through. Yeah, no system is secure. No system is secure. There are many systems and world-class systems accessed by hackers every day, and they don't notice about that. They don't even know that anyone breaks in their system, and they store real patient information there, and they have a lot of patient information. And at some point in time, someone says, maybe the hacker or someone else, they want money to get the data back. This is ransomware. So we live in this world. We can't prevent anyone to try to access really an application if the application is public in the cloud. And this happens with any application. It's not just the EHRServer. The EHRServer is just a small application, doesn't store information about the identity of the patient. So if they are able to break through, we will detect the breakthrough right away. We can, as I say, we can take extreme measures like blocking a whole country from accessing the EHRServer. And also, in case they can access, they wouldn't know to which patients the information belongs to. So we don't store any identities here, any names here, any addresses here. We just store and identify clinical information, and that's it. So that is a useful design decision that we took some time ago to avoid storing demographic information here on the EHRServer. I think this is as secure as we can be. Yeah, and as an application can be. Every time we are learning from attacks, and we are taking measures against those attacks, but we can't prevent those attacks. Hackers are getting more intelligent, more smart. Systems, applications are getting more smart. They can avoid generating patterns that are easy to detect automatically, and we need people to look at these logs, to have logs on the system, to know for sure if hackers can access the data and can access, let's say, administrator permissions over our applications. This is a general message. It's not just for the EHRServer, it's for any clinical information system and any system really. Yeah, we need to watch over this. Yeah, and be sure no one can access the information. No one that doesn't have permission to access the information can access the information. One other thing that we can do if we detect a breakthrough is that we can check what was the user credentials used there, and we can change the user credentials. That's it. It's just we can create new users, new passwords, stronger passwords. We can add captchas, as I said, to the user interface. We can prevent. We can try to detect the time a time pattern. We can't prevent the, or we can detect the pattern about the IPs because, as I said, the attacks come from different IPs. So they are smart enough to prevent us to do that. But we have other information to detect some patterns and to detect that they are trying to access. And we will know for sure that they, if they are successful, we will know for sure. And we should know that they were successful because that gives us information about our weaknesses. And with that information, we can take measures. And as I said, no system is secure. No system. We are not secure. Our information is not secure. And I would say some, if no, most of the EHR, EMR providers and practice management systems provider and cloud systems provider, most of them don't take enough measures to prevent these attacks or to minimize how their systems are affected once the breakthrough is done. They might not know that the hackers broke in their systems, so they don't have even that information, and that is useful information for us to take measures. Yeah, so be careful, stay safe, try to check your logs, try to have logs, try to detect these attacks, and try to take measures against hackers, because every system will be hacked sometime. It's a matter of time. Yeah, no system is secure. I will repeat that. And it's not this system, it's about any system on the cloud. No system is secure, and every system will be attacked sometime. Just wait. Just wait for it. Yeah. The problem is just wait and do nothing. You should wait. You should detect the breakthrough. You should know for sure if they can access your data, and you should take measures to avoid that from happening, or to minimize how your system and your users are affected once a hacker breaks in your system. So stay safe. Don't panic. I'm not panicking. This is funny for me. This is really a learning experience, because I'm watching this live and I'm knowing that they are doing this on the other side. I'm trying to detect for sure if they can break into the system or not. So this is really useful for me, and it's useful information, and it's a learning experience really to try to learn from these attacks, trying to look for, I don't know everything about security. So what I do is I'm detecting this, I'm asking experts, I'm trying to check what I can do on the system, on the server, what I can do to prevent this. So stay safe, don't panic, and be careful, and look at your logs daily. Bye-bye.